call it code build. Scroll down, go with GitHub, copy that again. Paste the URL here. Go to master. And for the role, AppSpec is build spec in the root project. So make sure that this build spec must be in the root project, or you can put it under folder, but you have to specify that here. Otherwise, code build will not detect your build spec, and your build will end with an error. So if you change the name, because the default name is the build spec, or you have created within a directory or within another folder or subfolder, you have to specify that here. So scroll down, and for artifacts is Amazon S3, the packets, the one we have created, and the name will be as the name of our code build project name. And I want to zip, and they want the logs, because the logs will enable me to discover the errors if any issue happened during the build, and I have to create the project. The role with name is already exists. So what I have to do here, scroll down, one, or existence code build, or create new one, existing one, call it whatever you want, then scroll down, and then create our build project. So once that code build project created, I will start the build. You can scroll down here, and you can see the logs here. You can either click on that here, and it will open a dialog for you, and you can see all the logs that will appear here once the execution of the build spec start. Right, this build spec. So I have to pull new changes. I have commit with Cloud9, right, and that are here. I will create two web application, because I want to give you a demo of how the ingress work in Kubernetes. So the logs start to appear here, and the build spec start to run the commands that we have specified for it. So if I come back to my packet and look inside it, I will find file it's called the code build, the same name of our code build project, right? It is here, call it code build, and then has a zip format. So I will copy the S3 URI because I will need it later when I will try to deploy that. But first thing, let me come to this on-premise instance and give it a tag. We scroll down and edit the tags, and for the name, for the key, give it name. For the value, I call it on-premise, and they will submit the change. I will go to applications under the code deploy and create new application. I will call it code deploy, and then for the compute platform I will use EC2 or on-premise, and then create the application. And then we'll create a deployment group. On this deployment group here, where our instance or our in-premises instance or our EC2 instance resides. So call it deployment group, scroll down, and for service role this role you have to create it manually. It's not created by this code deploy. You have to create it in the IAM, then it will appear for you here. Scroll down. I will choose the on-premises instance. The key is the name, and the value is on-premise. On-premise. Scroll down here. I will not use load balancer. Crop up here, on-premise, and then I create the deployment group. So once our deployment group is finished, now can able to deploy that on our Ansible server in Azure. But first, let me go and check that. So in the app spec, right, I have specify scripts, and the script there is copy file, so I have to modify that, and then run playbook as well, under Azure DevOps Ansible. So what I have to do now is try create Ansible, install Ansible, and then configure the scopy between the Ansible and our admin host. So first thing I'm going to do is install Docker and Ansible. So I will type sudo apt-get update, and let me become the root first, because I have to install Ansible as a root user, not a regular user. So I have to type apt install